What's up everyone, Alex here, and I'm here to talk about new details regarding Cyberpunk 2077 that just came out from E3 2018. If you're like me, you're probably disappointed that we've yet to see gameplay of the game. That said, it hasn't stopped the media from writing a ton about it. The problem with this is that the media is so focused on getting info out as fast as they can that the info is often scattered, and we don't really know what those pieces of info mean for us as players. So, I took the time to compile the most relevant information to us and arranged it in such a way that all of the disparate features announced are organized in a way that should make more sense. That said, let's roll right into the info then, shall we? First off, Cyberpunk 2077 is a first-person RPG. CD Projekt Red were keen on saying that unlike most games in the genre, the game is built as an RPG first and first-person second, which basically means that they want to make sure that players who aren't proficient at the genre will be able to enjoy the game as well. You play the role of V, a character you create and customize, gender, hair, and all the accoutrements, at the start. You might think that this doesn't make sense, given that in most first-person games, you barely see your character. But the developers confirmed that you will see V during conversations and cutscenes, so you will see your character a whole lot more. You'll also be able to determine their backstory, and this can potentially affect certain story elements you experience in the game. V will also be completely voiced, one voice actor for each gender, as the developers think that this helps draw players into the world. Speaking about the RPG system, Cyberpunk 2077 features a fluid system that allows you to build your character however you want, with no limitations. This alleviates problems of speccing for a particular style of gameplay, not knowing whether this fits you or not. There isn't a word on whether respecking is available anywhere in the game yet. That said, there are multiple progression systems in the form of skill and perk allocation, but this hasn't been elaborated upon by the developers. The abilities in Cyberpunk 2077 are based on 3 classes taken from the original game, which the developers felt fit their vision: Solo, Techie, which uses gadgets and machines, and Netrunner, which uses a network. You also get 2 types of experience points: your core experience, which you get from completing missions in the main story, and street cred experience, which you get by doing side missions. Gaining more street cred will allow you to buy from new vendors and even unlock new quests, so it's sounding like some sort of reputation system. No information has been given with regards to how the core experience synergizes with the progression systems they've mentioned. The first-person combat allows you to activate bullet time and sliding, both of which you can combine for some dramatic slow-motion moments. The developers added that you can take drugs in the game to enhance your reaction time. You can also angle bullets and make them bounce off of walls, even displaying the angle of the bounce a la Peggle. The developers also demonstrated a combat by using a rifle that had the ability to track and follow their target. During combat, enemies will have life bars, and there are damage meters that pop up after each successful hit. Conversations in Cyberpunk 2077 are controlled by a Mass Effect-like dialogue wheel. Unlike that game, however, none of the conversation choices will be gated behind skill checks. Speaking to a developer, "We don't want to gate speech behind particular classes or anything like that. We want that to be about the story and about your choices in that story." The world of Cyberpunk 2077 is called Night City. It is a fictional city located between San Francisco and Los Angeles in an alternate reality 2077, and is inspired by both the aforementioned cities. Where The Witcher 3 and most modern RPGs boast how widely vast their worlds are, Night City is said to be more vertically complicated, though that doesn't mean that there aren't wide areas. There are 6 distinct districts in Night City, and, during the media demo, CD Projekt Red showcased Watson, an urbanized district. The other districts are Westbrook, the playground for the wealthy elite, the city center, which is dominated by corporations, and several poorer districts named Haywood, Pacifica, and Santo Domingo, which is said to be the center of industry in Night City. Each district will have its own distinct feel to them. In addition to this, there will be a day and night cycle and weather conditions. The developers mentioned that there will be no loading screens in the open world, but there is no word of a fast travel system, and whether or not a loading screen would show up while using this. As far as getting around in the game, you can drive vehicles. Regular cars, motorcycles, and the possibility of flying cars are just some of the things the developers have shared that you can commandeer. V can also mantle and wall run in the game. If V is equipped with cyber blades, you can dig into a wall with these while you're wall running, creating an impromptu ledge, and jump down from it, giving a hint that the developers are looking at a few ways to create movement and mobility in surprising ways. Being a citizen of Night City, you will have your own apartment, which the developers have said will be your base of sorts. Later, you'll be able to purchase additional places to be your base, but that's all CD Projekt Red will reveal for now. Additionally, you can even take people home and have a one-night stand there if you like. The developers are open to the idea of full frontal nudity, and while an ESRB rating has yet to be given, I'm certain it's gonna fall under a mature label, given that much of the dialogue has lots of swearing and that there's copious amounts of gore in the game. Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be released on PC, Xbox One, and PS4 when it's done. If The Witcher 3 was any indication, which was shown at E3 2013 and released in 2015, we might not see a release until 2 years from now in 2020. What do you think of all this info from E3 2018? Are you hyped for the game? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, I intend to cover Cyberpunk 2077, as well as Anthem, Rage 2, and a ton of other RPG and co-op games on my channel, so if that sounds like your jam, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll be notified of my latest video. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful gaming week.